way above the average flow. Boy, my life is most dope. No matter where life takes me, find me with a smile. Be soon to be happy, don't be laughing like a child. I never thought life could be this sweet. It got me cheesing from cheek to cheek.
This is the Richard Smith Show, where we talk about all things Kansas City Chiefs. How are we doing, Kansas City? I figured I'd start this off a little bit of Mac Miller. Rest in peace, my guy. You are sadly missed in the music industry. But, hey, that's a part of life, and life goes on. Now, on to some more upbeat information. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Cincinnati Bengals last night, 45-10. Could not have been a more impressive victory. We dominated on offense, defense, and special teams all the way around for the entire game. It was amazing to watch, and I don't know about all of you in Chiefs Kingdom, but that was probably, in my mind, our most impressive victory. And really, it could have been 52 if Ware hadn't stumbled to the 12-yard line. We would put 52 up on them. But it just really seemed like Cincinnati had no answer for anything that we were doing. I didn't really expect anything less, with the performance that we had from Mahomes, going 28 for 39, 358 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 blemish. But that interception really didn't even matter. At that point in the game, we already had everything in check, which really I feel like we had the game in check from the minute, the ball was kicked off. So it was just a great victory all the way around. It was amazing. I loved seeing it, and I look for this to continue. We have been a pretty amazingly consistent team on offense, shaky on defense, but look who showed up last night against a 4-2 Cincinnati. They do have playmakers on that team. So it was nice to see our defense really, really, really get in there and make some plays. Braylon Speaks was everywhere last night. I kept hearing his name, after letting Tom Brady walk into the end zone last week. He really needed to bounce back. But he's a really good utility player, and you saw how we can utilize him, this week. It was just a great victory. I had a lot of fun watching it. I don't think there was a moment in that game where I was like, well, Cincinnati might come back on us. I don't think that was a factor at all. And I really think the turning point in that game was the fake punt, or whatever it was, Cincinnati was trying to pull off there. I'm not really exactly sure if, that was a signal that the, flanker was trying to give, to snap the ball. I'm not really sure what was going on. I don't know if they were trying to fake it or what, but that really was the turning point to where Kansas City just kicked into, high gear and left Cincinnati in the dust. That was just an interesting play, but hey, it worked out in our favor, as well as the pick six and, the 4 touchdowns by Mahomes. And really, we look good all the way around. Kareem Hunt had an awesome game. I love seeing him pick it up. And, he might not be the number one, leading rusher in the league, but he doesn't get as many touches as the other backs. So I would say right now, is he the best running back in the league? Yeah, probably. Is Tyreek Hill the best wide receiver in the league? Probably. Is Mahomes the best quarterback in the league? Yeah, probably. Is Kelsey the best tight end in the league? I would say probably. So, this is a lot of fun, Kansas City. It's just, is there anything that we can't do? Is there any situation that we can't handle? We see Mahomes in all these different situations just coming out like a stud, in every single aspect. And it's just been such fun to watch. And look for this to continue for years and years and years. But the kid already has 22 touchdowns. 22 touchdowns. That is absolutely ridiculous. Has us out to a 6-1 record. Against an extremely tough schedule so far. I'm telling you, these are not easy games that we're winning against other teams. These would be, problematic games. A 4-2 Cincinnati leading their division. It's funny too because Baltimore and Cincinnati lost yesterday. And how about that? The Steelers had a bye week, and the Steelers went from third in the division to first in the division with a bye week. So I find that kind of interesting. I want to throw that fact out there. But the biggest fact is the Chiefs whooped the Bengals, handled them, made them look stupid. Put up 45 points. Really could have put up 52. Again, Spencer Ware stumbled at the 12-yard line, which he would have walked into the end zone, which put 52 points up on the board. And to be honest with you, I was kind of rooting for that at that point. When you're whooping up on a team that bad and you're really just trying to run out the clock, and every run, that you have, every snap that you have is a 20-yard gain, it's hard not to root to, kind of run up the scoreboard a little bit. But hey, this was an all-around amazing win. We all looked good. I mean, there was even a missed field goal in this game. The score could have been dramatically different. We just made Cincinnati look stupid. That's all I really have to say about that. It was just a great game, and I look forward to the next week because Denver coming into Kansas City, I really think we can handle them too and shut up all these people out in Denver, which I don't even know why they're still talking. I really, really don't. Look, we were up 45-10 with 12 minutes and 50 seconds left in the fourth. I mean, come on. We could have put up 3-4 more touchdowns. We have that capability as an offense. So the score, I mean, we really let up on the gas. And at some point to, save the integrity of a franchise, you kind of have to let up on the gas a little bit on them. So, I believe my prediction was 49-17, and that was a pretty good prediction. We darn near nailed it. And I was extremely happy about the results, and I look for the same next week against Denver. So on to stats. I had already told you Patrick Mahomes was 28 for 39 with 358 yards, 4 touchdowns to interception. But it's worth noting, and, telling the audience again, Kareem Hunt had 15 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown, also 2 receiving touchdowns with 5 receptions and 55 yards. Kelsey had 95 yards on 5 receptions. Tyreek Hill had 7 receptions for 68 yards and a touchdown. And Demetrius Harris had a reception for 17 yards and a touchdown as well. And I believe, notably, Ron Parker had a pick 6, which is nice to see him get his first career interception for a touchdown. Ron Parker has been a pretty stable piece to our defensive puzzle for a while now. So I really liked seeing him get that pick 6. And look, Scandrick looked great. 5 tackles. Chris Jones had a sack. D Ford had a sack. We were really putting pressure on Andy Dalton, for most of the day. And even when we didn't have pressure on him, he still wasn't producing much. So Cincinnati looked like a deer caught in the headlights, and that was a fun day for the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's one of those things, you better put up points or just get out of the way and look for a long day. And that's what happened to Cincinnati this week. So next week we have the Broncos. Going to be a fun division game. Again, I look for the same as this week. We are pretty consistent with our scoring, and I don't see that changing. So, Mahomes, keep putting up huge numbers, kid. You're impressing the entire world. Our playmakers, I can't say enough about each and every one of you. Our defense, great game this week. Great game. Our best all-around game as a team this year was against a 4-2 Cincinnati Bengals team who can shock a lot of people. So, as we move forward to the next part of our schedule, we're looking forward to this bye week here in a couple weeks. I think that our team deserves it. And, I believe that we come out with the Rams after our bye week, and that is amazing because Andy Reid is a genius through the bye week and has plenty of time of preparation. And I think that is the most pivotal point in our season is for us to come out of the bye week against the Rams. But we need to go into the bye week with a strong victory against the Broncos. I don't want to look past them because we all know what happens when we do that. This is the NFL, and anybody can beat anybody any given week. So we don't look over the preparation, especially in an AFC West showdown that is one of our biggest rivals that we have. So, go Chiefs. This was a great, great game. Just look for this to continue. I think we're at a point where we could be talking Super Bowl. You don't want to jump the gun too soon, but we're for real. And everybody sees that. You better bring your A game every single week. Because we don't have down weeks. We don't have weeks where we start out slow or finish slow. You better come out with everything that you have on every single play and every single possession. Because if you don't, we're going to exploit that, and we're going to come out guns blazing. And we've showed that week in and week out. So, NFL, I don't know if you can handle what we bring to the table, and it's starting to be apparent to every analyst, every sports fan, and everyone all over the country, and really the world. The Kansas City Chiefs are for real, and look for us to be in the Super Bowl this year and these upcoming years. We're no joke. Don't look past us. I think it's one of those things in the schedule, these teams are almost looking past us. There's damn near putting an automatic loss in their column when they face the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's what we want to see. So, that concludes my episode today. Look, I'm just going to be honest. We kicked the crap out of Cincinnati, and we're going to continue to do it. This season is going to be great. I only look for us to have one more loss, and I really don't even see it against the Rams. If you look at our schedule coming up, there's the next 5 games, we have a combined win of 12, and 6 of those are on one team. So we come up with, teams with 1 win, 2 wins, another 1-win team, a 3-win team. It's looking really good, Kansas City. So let's just keep this up, keep the momentum, home field advantage. Let's take it through Arrowhead, and let's go to the Super Bowl, guys. It's time. Let's go. Let's get up Kansas City. Let's get to the Super Bowl. It's time to talk about it. So that concludes my episode today. I will have a pregame episode for the Broncos coming up here in the next few days. I appreciate everybody tuning in. This is the Richard Smith Show, where we talk about all things Kansas City Chiefs.